been standing for about 45 minutes. Does anybody else have any more information about the A21? I need to get to Hastings. Charlotte says, Paul Bin, if you can answer any of these questions, please do give us a ring, but he's so busy. We're doing the best we can. Charlotte says, Paul, I've been sat on the M25 going anti-clockwise for 11 hours almost. What is going on? At junction 2, I want to get onto the A2 to go to Canterbury. This has been a nightmare. I have been stationary for well over 3 hours, and that is Charlotte, who is on the anti-clockwise M25. She wants to get onto the A2 at Canterbury, but of course the A2 has been mentioned by a number of people this evening. It is not looking good. I did that one there, sorry about that, I'll do that one again. Simon says, Paul, this is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I was stuck in this about 10-12 months ago, and then about a year ago. It doesn't get any easier. I'm fed up with it, absolutely fed up with it. Michael on the M25, he says, I've been stuck here now for 7 hours. We're moving at long last, very slowly, but I just can't see what the problem is, because there's nothing coming in the other direction at all. Is there an accident? Why is it only one side of the motorway seems to have any traffic on? I don't know that, but I know people have been saying the same thing. Let's speak to Lewis, who is on the A2. Right, now then, this is another road that people have been talking about, saying, hang on, we're stuck on the A2, we've been here hours, what's going on? I asked you to phone in, and you have. I'm very grateful for that. We've got Lewis on the line now. Hello, Lewis.
How you doing, all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm not going to ask you the same, because it would just be, you know, it would just be, well, pig-headed, to be honest with you. You're stuck in this carnage, as you described it to Bob. You're on the A2 up towards Dartford. Now, we're getting a lot of texts and calls about this. What on earth is going on?
Well, basically, I've set off from Wales today, and the drive down was fine to get to my brothers in Rochester, but now I'm on the way to Stansted Airport to pick up my sister-in-law, who's flown in from Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
And we're meant to be taking a boat tomorrow morning to France. Now I've set off. We were looking at the traffic cameras earlier, and things look okay, relatively, about 10:30, and they'll sort of like coming to Gravesend, just it was like hitting a wall. Now I've managed to go about 2 miles in the space of 3 hours, and most of that has come in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But you've got cars just in the middle of the motorway. I've got to be honest, there were 3 rescue vehicles which I spotted, so, you know, fair play to them.
Yeah.
They're trying to get out and help people. But I think that the difficulty they've got is because the lorries are now parking up to sort of like the left-hand side on the shoulder,
yes.
Because the traffic is stacked up, you know, they're not able to get through. There's no chance of them getting through to help people if they're sort of like further on up. So no gritting lorries coming in the other direction. The other direction is all clear, going towards the coast, but no gritter lorries in the last 3 hours. Certainly not seen any police around either. And it's, as I say, carnage. There's just cars at the side of the road broken down, lorries at the side of the road, and you know, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get over the Dartford crossing right now. So it's all fun and games, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Well, how are you off for supplies? Because as I said just now, we're starting to get comments from people saying things like, you know, I had some biscuits, they've almost, you know, they've gone. I had some sandwiches, they've gone, and I had some water, and that's now gone as well. I mean, are you okay for supplies and things? Have you got some food and drink?
I have to be honest, I did have a rather nice meal at a Turkish restaurant earlier tonight, which
oh, right.
But I failed actually to bring any further food. Now, I've got some travel sweets and a bit of chocolate, and
it's amazing what you can find in the glove compartment under these circumstances, isn't it?
It's also quite worrying what's lurking in there. I've got half a bottle of vitamin water left. And I'm going to need something to wee in at some point, I think.
Well, I think, you know, as people have been saying, people are telling us about that as well, and saying, if you can't beat them, join them. Just, you know, just a man's got to do what a man's got to do. You know?
Well, I think the ultimate thing is don't eat yellow snow. So if anybody stops that,
yeah, one hates to think where that came from.
Exactly.
Oh, at least you got your sense of humour, which is the main thing, and it helps other people as well.
What else can you do, eh?
Yeah, well, exactly. You can't do anything else, can you? You know, unless you can suddenly turn your vehicle into a helicopter and fly away. There's nothing else you can do. You're absolutely right.
Well, the funny thing is, having a Swedish wife, she thinks this is all a complete joke.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you know, this to them would probably be just nothing.
Well, sure, exactly. I mean, people would be going to work. The roads would be clear. It wouldn't, you know. Even my sister-in-law, when we spoke to her earlier, we said, well, you know, we know there's going to be some snow, so she's like, yeah, but that shouldn't be a problem, should it? You know, it's not that. And
it is ridiculous.
We just kind of wait for it to happen, I think, don't we? We don't prepare in advance for it. It just comes.
I mean, well, this is it. I mean, and you know, one tries to be very diplomatic, but I mean, I do a lot of driving as well, and I have been stuck in a similar situation to you on so many occasions over the years, and you sort of, you get to the stage where, you know, any diplomacy is gone. You know, there's no diplomacy left in your mind. You know, you just want straight answers, and you're fed up, and you think how much you pay to drive on the roads, and you know, and here we are stuck in this. Bearing in mind, in other countries they seem to be far better geared up for it. And I know people say that if we were to be as equipped as, say, places like Russia or Canada, the machinery would cost millions and may only get used once every few years, as when in countries like those I just mentioned, they use it every year. So I can see both sides of it, but it does start to get a little bit annoying after a few years, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, because I mean, we've had this, what, 3 times in the last 18 months, 2 years that I'm aware of.
Yeah,
that's not good, but then
absolutely. But I mean, you know, as I say, we unfortunately are not the ones that control all the infrastructure, are we? We rely on those people to get it right, and you know, it just sometimes you feel that they haven't got it right for whatever reason. I think the most frustrating thing, like you said on the show tonight, is that, you know, where are all these people? You know, we're the people who can tell us what's going on down there. That's what we want to know. I mean, you know, we know it's beyond people's control. Nobody can do anything about it.
We want some answers.
It would just be nice for them to get on the phone and say, look, you know, actually, we're struggling tonight. This is the situation. We're sorry, you know. And I think that would go a long way for a lot of people.
Yeah, people would say, you know, say, look, I'm really sorry, this has happened tonight because of A, B, and C. It's a combination of this problem and that problem. At least then you're able to put the jigsaw puzzle together in your mind, and you think, okay, well, you know, these things happen, sod it, let's just sit here and wait until it's all finished, you know. But at the moment, we've just got all these answers, these questions that are unanswered, and we have been trying for the last 2.5 hours to get somebody to come on, but at the moment, it's still proving to be very unfruitful. But we haven't given up yet.
Not too bad.
But, I don't know, we'll just get, at the moment it's engage and answer machines, but we'll keep trying. Lewis, you take good care of yourself, won't you?
Good night speaking to you.
And to you, thank you very much for calling. Bye-bye now, bye-bye. Now, one doesn't wish to jest here, because there's nothing funny about this, but we have had just a very amusing text come through here from Paul. He said, yeah, I'm on the A2, I have been for some hours. I'm just wondering, I've got some fizzy drink here in the back of my car. It's unopened, it was best before August 2009. Would it be okay to drink it because I'm thirsty? I don't know, but I'm sure somebody does. Let's go to Rootham and speak to Frank. Hello, Frank.
Hello, Paul.
How are you?
Oh, well, I'm all right. I'm indoors in the warm.
Best place to be, my friend.
I phoned up because we've got 3 or 4 big snowplows sitting in the farmyard.
Oh, right.
And the farm contracts out to the KCC to clear all the roads and the valleys in this area.
Yeah.
Well, I phoned tonight, and they've got 4 big blades here, and asked if we could go out as soon as it's deep enough, because we have to ask before we're allowed out.
Right.
And they said, no, I'm terribly sorry, you can't go out at the moment because we haven't had time to process the contracts that you've got with us.
Hang on a minute. Now let me just make sure that this is absolutely right. Yeah. So you are you're an individual. You're a private individual.
I'm a farmer.
You're a farmer. Okay. Yeah. And you have some snowplows.
Yeah.
And you have some sort of contractual agreement with Kent County Council by
That's
which
right.
you go out and plough the roads for the snow when it gets to a certain depth. Yes.
That's correct.
Now, you have said this evening that you want to go out.
Yeah.
But just make sure that this is absolutely right, this is important. Kent County Council have told you tonight, Frank, that you cannot go out because the paperwork hasn't been done.
That's correct. And listening to people tonight saying, where are the snowplows, where are the gritters, we're stuck, we're just sitting in the yard. I've got 4 drivers here, and they're all saying to me, can't we go out there? And I said, no. We can't move until the contracts are passed. And he said the earliest they can do them is next week.
Next week?
Next week.
Frank, forgive my ignorance here, but how does this normally work? I mean...
Well, I've done it for 60 years, the farm has.
So what normally happens then?
And normally we do a contract in the summer.
Yeah.
It's all signed, deals and delivered because of insurances, etc. We have to have insurances to go on the road.
Yeah, I can appreciate
all
that.
the rest of it. We do the contracts usually somewhere about September time. It's all passed and